Joey, to you, your story is one of like a young phenom. Early in your career, how much did that weigh on you? How much pressure was there on you as a young racer of what people expect me to become before you had won the Daytona, before you had won a series championship?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky place for a young kid to grow up in, right? To have all that hype. It can affect you in a lot of different ways, and unfortunately, mainly bad ways. Right, because I think you start to drink your own Kool-Aid, if you will, right? You start to believe in all the hype, and you start to just think you're that great, and you don't go to work like you're supposed to. Or you start to get a little arrogant, right? Like, I mean, and then you see that with many athletes, many young athletes that coming up, and and then you get the slice of humble pie. Right? At some point, reality's going to slap you in the face, and that happened for me, right? I mean, I was to your point, I was a young phenom growing up from the age of 12. Like, everyone was talking about, when I get to Cup, when it's going to happen. And when I got to the Cup level, the NASCAR top level here, I got the slice of humble pie that I deserved, right? I went up against all the guys that were the phenoms, right? Growing up, now they're all here. And I got my butt kicked for, 3 years before I was able to get my head wrapped around things. But in those moments, I learned so much about myself. But I got beat down, right? I had to learn to lose, right? I mean, it's something like, and it's important to know how to do, right? Because you got to be able to learn from each mistake you make and try to somehow rebuild some confidence, keep your team rallied behind you as an 18-year-old kid, rallying a bunch of grown men around you to support that. That's hard to do. If I'm being honest, I failed at that, right? I lost my job. I was at a point that I was like, well, what am I going to do the rest of my life? I'm 21 years old, and I don't know if I'm going to make it. And I had the amazing opportunity of driving the number 22 for Shell and Pennzoil and Roger Penske 12, 13 years ago. That happened. And I've been driving the same car ever since. But awesome. That moment is what taught me, okay, I got to go to work. I'm not that good. I remember I'm not that good of a race car driver. Now I know that. And I can work on being better at least.